Tonight, cleanup continues after a home exploded over the weekend in Bristol, Virginia. Some of the debris from that exploded home on Boer Springs Road still there today.
That explosion was heard from as far away as Euclid Avenue, about 3 miles from the explosion. No one was home and no one was injured. The Bristol, Virginia Fire Department says the cause is still being investigated.
But John Janko found out the explosion was big enough to cause some damage to neighboring homes. John?
Yeah, Josh, Sarah, that explosion shook the entire Boer Springs Road neighborhood. It caused enough damage to that house next door that the structural integrity is now in question. We spoke to that homeowner today who says his family saw and felt that house disappear in seconds.
You really don't know what just happened, even though I kind of watched everything transpire.
Everywhere you look at Tyler Belcher's home, you can probably find debris. A massive explosion leveled the house next door as Belcher's family finished breakfast.
If you put yourself in an action movie and hear in a good theater a bomb scene, that's really what it was. I mean, it was almost like a bomb went off.
The explosion sent a shockwave that caused extensive damage to Belcher's home. Windows pushed in, the garage door destroyed.
There's actually brick in my bottom basement from the other house. Drop ceiling damage. A lot of things are starting to show themselves more today than they did over the weekend as the house has settled back down.
The family not staying in the house until a structural analysis is completed to make sure everything's safe.
A blast of that size, maybe I'm naive to think there's probably some other things going on that I just can't see at this moment.
The shockwave also felt across the street. Rick Johnson was leaving his house when the explosion happened.
And I just seen the plywood and stuff coming down out of there.
The blast causing minor damage to duplexes on Johnson Street, mainly siding knocked loose. But it's the shockwave that Johnson will never forget.
The pressure waves come. It actually blew the door out of my hand.
Johnson ran inside to call 911, then across the street to see if anyone was home. Thankfully, the house was unoccupied.
Just checked if anybody's there. They said they just left not long before it happened.
Belcher says the homeowners are good friends who were set to move in this week. He's glad only material possessions were lost.
The mood of the day would have been much different had we known somebody or a pet. They didn't have any pets here. May have been inside.
Now we reached out to the owners of the house that exploded for an interview. They declined today, still reeling from losing their home and possessions.